Granted, it is very early in the season. I do not want to get ahead of myself. I want to continue to have a Mamba like approach to keeping my focus, in my perseverance, in my tenacity at top gear night in and night out. And I don't want to let any complacency set in. And that is how I want to approach NBA games of the day. I want to nail every fucking game. And so far, I've had a brilliant start to the season. And I believe by continuing to nail the NBA games of the day, this is going to translate to much bigger success down the road for this entire NBA season. Now, the biggest success, the biggest point to success is not letting go of the GOAT King LeBron coronation, the GOAT King LeBron narration of the coronation. The idea is that GOAT King LeBron James, the road to the title is not over. The very first game of the season that the Lakers lost by 10 points, but they lost the game at the free throw line. But then you got your ass clowns in the national media say, this is not a championship team. They're far off from competing for the championship. Please. They got within 6-7 points, and they missed 11, 12, however many free throws. This team was doing it without GOAT King LeBron James, and the Golden State Warriors had everybody healthy out there on the floor. This was not a level competition last night. This was not a well-balanced proposition of available players. GOAT King LeBron James is still one of the top 10 players in the game. Now, the best player in the world right now, obviously, is Luka. I believe GOAT King LeBron is already the GOAT when people are expecting this guy to be Michael Jordan when he's 40 years old. This is the most harshly expected player in the history of the game. He's 40 years of age, but he still has to be Michael Jordan. Never mind that he's 40 years of age. These people are cray-cray. You think if he was 40 years old, he'd be washed up? Don't you hear these people speak? He's 40 years of age, but I still saw him making game-changing blocks last year. I saw him making game-changing plays. Please. Are you little bitch-ass GOAT King LeBron hating-ass motherfuckers? Oh, GOAT LeBron's the problem. GOAT LeBron is the cancer. How did the team do without GOAT King LeBron last night? How they do without GOAT King LeBron James? The facts are they need the brother out there on the basketball court. If the Lakers stop winning, they start winning when GOAT King LeBron James is back on the basketball court. You know, GOAT King LeBron James is the MVP. He's the driving force on the LA Lakers. Now, we know Luka, the best player in the world. He's better than the flopper SGA. Now, this guy got great mid-range game. He can hit his three-pointers, but he is a flopper. He's a flop-baiting merchant that is ugly to watch, quite frankly, and he is not the passer of the level that GOAT King LeBron and Luka are, but GOAT LeBron is not in his prime. He still is the greatest player of all time, but the best player in the game today is Luka Doncic. When you carry a team full of scrubs on the bench to the finals, as he did, Luka is the best player in the world. He can average over 30 points a game. Luka, the best player in the world. This guy is a well-toned athlete. He is no longer a guy carrying some flubber down his midsection. Imagine how scary Luka can be when he's much quicker on his drives. It is a scary proposition for the rest of the NBA to think about that. You have one of the most high IQ players of the game, GOAT LeBron James. You have a more athletic Luka. You have two of the best passers in the game. GOAT LeBron James has never lost his passing acumen. His game has changed where he can't drive to the lane every play. Obviously, these young bucks, they don't have the wear and tear on the body. They quicker. All this, but GOAT LeBron, what can you say? This guy, the hardest working player in the game, he has truly adapted to the limitations of his body, and he has fully adjusted to that. And that's what makes GOAT LeBron very brilliant, is he let aside the ego that I can still do the same things I did when I was 23 and I was 30 and I was 31 years of age. But no, GOAT LeBron, put aside the ego. He understood his limitations. You get rid of that ego side when you fully accept that you're not the same exact player as you were 5 years ago, 7 years ago. We in 2025, so let's say 11 years ago, we was with the Miami Heat. He was still in his prime in 2018. I'm just saying, but he did a lot of he was a bulldozing motherfucker with the Miami Heat. What can you say? And he played center, and he played every position. This is what makes it easy for him to adapt, is he had to give up some things to be able to play with Dwayne Wade, be able to play with a talent like Kyrie Irving. This is and playing with Luka, he had to adapt. Playing with Wade and Bosh, he had to adapt to playing with Kyrie Irving. That experience, not just in Miami, but also with Cleveland. This was so easy for GOAT LeBron James to learn how to play with Luka. So Big Baller T, he came in here and he said, we losing against the Warriors, and we lost against the Warriors, and it means nothing. It's one game out of 82, and GOAT LeBron James, he must be the Lord and Savior of the Lakers. They need GOAT LeBron James. Now, when the Lakers start winning, when GOAT LeBron returns, does this mean he wins MVP? Nah. Because stats are for losers, and we not about the stats on the LA Lakers. Well, the stats will come naturally to Luka, and you will naturally diagnose a player by how he's doing statistically. But GOAT LeBron James is not about statistics anymore. He is about championships. And luckily for Luka, the stats will come organically, naturally. You are just not going to concentrate on the statistical side of things. If you're Luka, it all comes natural to the brother. I think after one game, you saw it, and the best part of Luka's performance is that usually it's more three-pointers. He had a bad night at three-pointer, but he was driving, he was passing, he was doing all these good things that, quite frankly, kept the Lakers in the game. But I've been killing the games of the day. The Suns over the Kings. The Magic did beat the Miami Heat. And, of course, the Knicks defeated the Cavs. And the Lakers did beat the Warriors. So I fully intend to keep a winning streak going. But there will be some interesting games to diagnose, to break down. I did not predict the Mavs-Spurs game. I didn't even bet on that game. But honestly, I should have, because I know the Mavericks are garbage, and I know they have a new future. It would have been an easy bet on San Antonio. Quite frankly, I should have. No, I nailed the 3-team parlay of the Magic and the loser Phoenix Suns. and the New York Knicks. This was still a winning day, but again, a missed opportunity on the San Antonio Spurs. You have Chris Paul, you have De'Aaron Fox, you have Wembanyama against the Mavericks at these odds. I really should have taken the San Antonio Spurs. And quite frankly, in that NBA Game of the Day prediction video, I had 3 games to predict for today, this past day of NBA action. I should have included the Spurs in the Mavs. Yeah, I'm doing the video for the games of the day for tomorrow. I'll be doing it for Friday. I got some time to think about the Wolves Lakers game. They are playing the Wolves in a week from now. GOAT LeBron cannot return until mid-November. So GOAT King LeBron James is going to be out for both games against the Timberwolves. The only question is, are the Lakers going to lose one game against the Timberwolves without GOAT King LeBron? Yes. At least a game without GOAT King LeBron. Yes, they're not going to sweep the Timberwolves without GOAT King LeBron James. That's simply not going to happen. Will they lose both games against the Timberwolves? Let's say the Lakers season without some early season drama. It will not surprise me to see them lose against the Timberwolves. Now, I have no clue how the Timberwolves did, and that is one game that, quite frankly, I am probably glad I didn't bet on just by looking at the score. They came back and won, and quite frankly, I should have just bet the game on the money line. But that's why it's called gambling. You don't know really what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. It appeared the Miami Heat were on their way to victory, but then the Orlando Magic came back from 8, however many points in the fourth quarter. They created magic in that fourth quarter. 1-1 or 2-0. But that's only Friday. We really should pay attention to Joker against Stephen Curry. As you know, 2 of the best players who won championships this decade. So did GOAT King LeBron. He won a championship this decade. We are talking about the 2020s. Anytime you have a team with 2 championship-winning MVPs, is a big, big matchup. So the Nuggets and the Warriors is a very, very big matchup. The Nuggets had a terrible year last year. They were disjointed. Looks like the interim coach got the job, it looks like. So the Warriors, when looking at the game, they won 23 games in the regular season. How many did they win in the playoffs? The Golden State Warriors. Oh, that's right. They lost. Who did they lose to in the playoffs? The Warriors. Oh, the Timberwolves. That's right. So how many games did the Warriors win with Jimmy Butler in the lineup? 23 in the regular season last year. They got 24 against the Lakers. Kobe 24. Well, Jokic equals 26. They can't get the 26 wins in the regular season with Jimmy Butler. But let's say if they do beat Nikola Jokic, they would be going for their 26th win in the regular season with Jimmy Butler in the following game. So what's the record overall for Jimmy Butler as far as wins and losses goes with the Golden State Warriors? They did show a graphic on NBC last night. I would be tempted to go with the Warriors. The Warriors. I mean, the series was rigged. Now, I'm not saying that Curry's injury is fake. What I am saying, though, is that the Warriors were one of the top teams in the league last year, ever since the trade deadline. He is 36 years of age. He's certainly not getting younger. He is prone to injury. Maybe not. He played 50. Look, he was sitting out games. So the whole scripted drama. Oh, I want to get traded. It was more like the NBA told his brother, hey, you getting traded. We have big plans for the Orlando Magic. You're not going to be in Miami no more. You're going to be part of the wild, wild, wild West. So I'll just talk that Jimmy Butler don't like what Pat Riley this and that. Blah, 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 blah. Adam Silver's the guy who pulls the strings on every trade. This trade by the Heat and the Warriors, he was pulling the strings with the Luka trade. Everybody knew David Stern was pulling the strings on every trade, from the Gasol trade to Garnett and Ray Allen on the Celtics, as we need Lakers Celtics because we're struggling without Michael Jordan. And quite frankly, Adam Silver is still pulling the strings. When you see a situation such as Ant-Man making them deep runs to the playoffs, Tyrese Halliburton in the NBA Finals, Jalen Brunson in the semifinals of the Final Four of the Eastern Conference, Devin Booker to the Finals 2021. They are about hyping up these young bucks. You have Paolo Banchero averaging 24 points most likely. This season, Paolo Banchero is the next superstar that they putting on the big stage next year. That's what they doing for the Orlando Magic. Some cats are still believing that the Celtics are going to lose to the Lakers in the finals, but the Celtics may not be good enough this year. I think Celtics makes things too obvious. They still make their money with Luka and Goki in the bond. The Celtics are not leaving. But this is a world where sports betting is not limited to just Las Vegas. So Lakers, Celtics, this is not in the equation, even though it makes sense with Kobe Bean Bryant to win at Beantown. We have to look at Kobe in his childhood at Italia. We have to look at a black man, an Italian black man, Paolo Banchero. In the Magic, the Knicks are going to collapse against the Magic. The Orlando Magic are going to lose against the Lakers in the NBA Finals. J.J. Redick was with the Orlando Magic. Desmond Bain was a former Celtic. Goki the Bond being a former Celtic. You got your Franz Wagner, Germany. I don't know these Italian basketball fans if they know Paolo Banchero, if they follow the brother. He went to high school at Washington, but he was Italian-American. He was born at Italy. He was Italian. Paolo Napoleone. Giuseppe Banchero. And Kobe spent like 6 years in Italy during his childhood. And Kobe can speak fluent Italian. He was a AC Milan fan, following AC Milan in soccer and football. And I will break down the Magic first win of the season. And I am going to tie this all into Paolo Banchero's birthday as it relates to the key dates of Kobe. I had to watch the Phoenix Suns opener. They were hot garbage, new team. They had a long way to go, it appeared. It appeared that there were going to be growing pains. The team looked flat. No Jalen Green. But then Russell Westbrook came into the equation. Dennis Schroeder. You see, these guys were no longer on the Lakers. But it was LeBron's fault, not these mediocre players' fault. Schroeder and Russell Westbrook? I don't give a damn about no Sabonis. You see, the loser Phoenix Suns were without Jalen Green, their number 2 scoring option. So it balances out. Westbrook didn't step up. Schroeder didn't step up. They were hot trash. That's why they're no longer on the Lakers. But I think this is the main way to anticipate and break down if the Warriors are going to win is the regular season record with Jimmy Butler. I mean, the Nuggets are not the same team, are they? The Nuggets are on the road. The Warriors are at home. Among the favorites of the Western Conference, there's a top three. In the top three is going to be the Thunder, the Warriors, and the Rockets by how things appear so far. We are now October 22nd. And Goat Kinnaban is not back until mid-November. So bitch and whine, be a beta all you want, man. This team is not going to fully break out until the second half of the season. In the year 26, Bryant 26, Lakers break out. How many wins since the Wildfires would the Lakers win before Goat Kinnaban makes his return? That is the number one connection I am looking at, is what are the wins and losses for the Lakers ever since the Palisades Wildfires, ever since the restart, leading up to the point that the 23rd year Goat Kinnaban James makes the scripted debut. And we are talking about King LeBron James. But he may not win his return game. The shaming ritual must continue for a little bit more, shall it? There must be a little bit of chaos. This ain't a real Lakers season without a little bit of chaos. At least during the days of Goat Kinnaban James with the Lakers, to fuel the haters' hatred, to fuel the haters' ammunition, to fuel the hubris of the Goat Kinnaban hating bums, is the mission that must continue at this point so far. We know Luka gonna win some games. Austin Reeves gonna win some games. When you lay off the team, prepare. They're not losing against Portland. We don't know how they're gonna do yet against the Timberwolves. Let's see what's gonna break down here. The wins and losses record against the Timberwolves for the coach J.J. Redick, I think, is the key to anticipating who's going to win the game on Friday at the Crypt. There must be no panic whatsoever. Timberwolves coach. If we lose both games against Minnesota, we are going to see this team again in the playoffs. There's some interesting rematches. We could rematch and beat the ass of the Warriors, which I think would be great for business in NBC. Certainly after paying a lot of that money on that TV contract. Goat Kinnaban whip Stephen Curry's bitch-ass motherfucking ass. And he does so with a different player, Jimmy Butler, instead of an old Klay Thompson. Hell yeah! Still lost! Luka and Stephen Curry and Goat Kinnaban and Jimmy Butler. This is a bling business opportunity for NBC, whichever networks are hosting the playoff games, this would be a slam dunk. But Timberwolves Lakers playoff rematch be good. But imagine a world where the Lakers beat the T-Wolves, the Warriors, the Thunder, and the winner of the East. Kobe, you talking smack about the Warriors bandwagon fans? So I think another matchup against the Warriors is in the cards. The Lakers against the defending champions? Hell yeah, box office. So-called next face of the league against Luka and Goat Kinnaban. And the Kobe debut against the Timberwolves, debut against the Timberwolves, the revenge against the Timberwolves. You're already in playoff mode right here. This is what it's about. Chris Finch is going to be 56 years of age on November the 6th. We're going to whip the ass of these sorry-ass motherfucking Minnesota-ass Timberwolves. This could be a beautiful thing to see come playoff time. This will be a magical title for the first title since Disney World. Screw the bandwagon ass, beta ass bitch. You all there. You'll take a hike. We don't need you. We don't want you. You'll get fucked by Gold King of Bonds championship winning team. You count out the brother, you missed out on the opportunity. Hey, go fuck yourself. This is what Kobe Bryant would say. It's what Kobe Bryant would say. So I'm with the brother Kobe Bryant. I know he about that. Let's whip the ass of them doubters. I know this is what he about right there. I know this is what Gold King of Bonds was about when he came back from 3-2 to beat the Spurs. When he came back from 3-1 to beat the Warriors. He's the comeback kid. It's a satanic ritual. You ain't Gold King of Bonds. Oh, he wants to dominate the news cycle. He's out with the fake injury. Oh, he's still not going to win another championship again because I ain't Gold King of Bonds. And he's washed up and he can't win past the first round because that's what Adam Silver told me is he's not going to win again because he got swept by the Nuggets and he lost twice in the first round. They got you where you want them to be. I'm man to that. Magical Marble Style Championship. Nope. The doctor is here and becoming female. And we got Luca in a 4-year with Luca. You go to the main moms. Yeah, no more. You can go to the bar hitting mom. But you see, majority of you are fag-ass motherfuckers, and y'all be quitting in the first hint of adversity. How the hell could you bitch-ass motherfuckers beat the Nazis coming on D-Day and do the job? That's the kind of beta-ass society we have nowadays. Too much weak-minded motherfuckers. You ain't a champion. You'll never be a champion. You'll never be a champion with this crime beta-ass mentality. It's about the big picture. March, April, May, and June. This is what it's about right here. Somebody gotta incorporate the profit. Everyone would be betting on the Lakers if they were number one in the West. Those days are over. Those days are over. During Kobe's day, sports betting was illegal. During Michael Jordan's day, sporting betting is illegal. Those days are going to be more complicated, as we say, because of the dynamics of 50 states and millions of people being able to bet when they otherwise would not have been able to bet. So Lakers Warriors ain't never going to be possible now. We are living in a different age. I know how the Lakers season is going to be. I got to look at the win-loss for the Timberwolves. There's definitely some things I got to look at. And because there's some things I have to look at, I have to go. In honor of the Golden King of basketball, Gold King LeBron James, and the 30 pounds that Luka has shredded in the offseason, it looks like maybe the time to end the stream at 30 minutes. And that's how thou shall be. Brilliant action that Thunder Rockets game, comebacks by the loser Phoenix Suns, and the Orlando Magic basketball is back in upset of the LA Clippers against Utah Jazz. The LA Clippers could be going through a little bit of a shaming ritual, and now the Clippers are not finished. The sports book has the profit, and so the Clippers must be seen as not being able to win. But the fix will be in for the Clippers to play in the finals in a new arena. So ignore the nonsense with losing against the Jazz. I told you this team is going nowhere this year. So the LA Flippers, they could be going through a shaming ritual after the whole salary cap. Let's fudge Kawhi's salary. Some kind of shaming ritual is happening where the owners are clearly pissed off at Steve Ballmer for what has transpired. But at the end of the day, he'll go through a shaming ritual, a bad season, but no chance. Clippers not make it to the finals in the new arena after GOAT LeBron James retires. So when you've already seen the Bucks with the new arena make it to the finals and win the championship, when you've seen the Warriors in the new arena win the championship, this is Los Angeles. This is a team that's never made it to the finals. There's no GOAT LeBron James. Luka going through a shaming ritual where he can only win with GOAT LeBron James, and he's not winning games with GOAT LeBron. Thus far, albeit only one game, but so far not winning without GOAT LeBron James. So the Clippers have a bad year, it seems like, and they will have a bad year where it may open up a playoff spot for Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs. Timberwolves and Warriors, they can't be out. Lakers cannot be out of the top 8 equation. Thunder cannot be out of the top 8 equation. Grizzlies may be out of the equation. Rockets are in the equation, but we need Spurs in. If we need Spurs in, which team is going to be out for the West this year? If you lose to the Jazz, that team could be the LA Clippers. The Nuggets are a candidate. The Nuggets are a candidate. The loose-up Phoenix Suns are going to be a much improved team. Dylan Brooks, the trash talking, the I love contact. I'm going to be bumping with the best player on the team. And loose-up Phoenix Suns are good for the playoffs because Devin Booker is still a top scorer. And Dylan Brooks, you hate him if he's not on your team. You love him if he's on your team. And I hated the fucker when he was on the Grizzlies, but he's on the loose-up Phoenix Suns. And so I think the Suns are soft. They're a team of pussies who can't rebound. They can't defend. But if this guy's going to harden the loose-up Phoenix Suns, then good. But teams that finish top 10, Kings will miss the play-in. Grizzlies might miss the play-in. The Clippers could be the team, the so-called contender that has a down year. The Denver Nuggets, Nikola is going to have a very high win above replacement. The metric in baseball you can say for basketball, he's the guy. You know, you take him out of the lineup, you lose the most amount of wins any other player. Nikola Jokic is just like GOAT LeBron James. He makes everybody around him better. Nikola is just like GOAT LeBron James. He's such a raw talent in so many ways with his passing ability for a big man. In the same way that GOAT LeBron's talent is completely out of this world. So Nikola Jokic and GOAT LeBron, these guys are very, very similar as far as their rare specimen, their physicality, their physical stature in the way that they can impact the game and make teammates a lot better. But the Denver Nuggets team around Nikola Jokic, I don't know how good Braun is going to be. How much money is this guy making this year? These guys, throw money around like it's candy on Halloween. Look at this. It's like the NFL throwing all this money on mediocre quarterbacks like Call of Duty Murray, Trevor Lawrence. Who else is overpaid for quarterbacks in the NFL? Those are the top two. Anyway, this NBA content, it's highly demanded. I took time to watch the Luzon Phoenix Suns game today. People, what's the NBA game of the day video? Where is it? Well, come down, amico. I've had 2 game of the day videos. I'm going to do one for tomorrow. There's no need to rush it on Friday. Let me do one for tomorrow. I feel great about the Warriors. I'm certainly counting out the Denver Nuggets. It is at home. The media may want Nikola Jokic to move to a different team. Let's see if this factors into the equation. Warriors have played a game. Nuggets have not played a game yet in the regular season. Okay. Denver Nuggets and the Royals. Al Horford against Nikola Jokic. No, fuck the Warriors. Fuck you guys. Fuck the Thunder. Fuck SGA. Fuck the Warriors. Fuck all the Goku in the barn hating ass bums. Fuck them all. Fuck all these sorry ass motherfuckers, man. Fuck it. The script always called for Goku in the barn. The green light came in his 23rd season. There's some obvious fucking shit right there. Year 23, motherfucker. Let these loser ass, quitting ass bums choke on their, not on their aspirations, as Darth Vader say, but let them choke on their quitting aspirations. Because we don't like Kevin Durant and what he represents. He's a mercenary. We may be back for part 2. I don't miss Dorian Finney-Smith at all. He only plays for the money. He's a mercenary. He's not fit for the team and the culture. Fuck him. Fuck DFS. Fuck that motherfucker. He don't play for the chance to win 2 championships. He's a sorry-ass motherfucker. He only played for the contract. Jake LaRavia, that brother will be hungry man with style. I have no doubt he made the right moves in the offseason. The only wrong move was not signing Al Horford. We should have gotten him to pair up with DeAndre Ayton, just like Bynum and Gasol and Lamar Odom. He was a pretty big guy too. So the day shall continue. The first win, what is our record against Timberwolves last year in the regular season and overall, including the playoffs? Is it be 5 losses in our last 6 games against the Timberwolves? The kind of shit y'all be thinking about, man. It's the kind of shit we be thinking about. Anyway, I'm done. I'm out of here. Good night. Let's go in and attack the NBA for another day. I'm still going to attack NFL and soccer. We here for Lamar Jackson's his return from the injury. We're here for Aaron Rodgers in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers. That team going to lose on Sunday night. He's going to lose against the Packers. The losing streak, they may have a chance against the Colts, the Steelers. But the one team you're not going to beat is the Packers. I have to go. The content must continue. It's getting late. I got to put it out. Good night. Ciao, ragazzi. Ciao, everybody. Bye-bye.